Sit quickly. We have to start the session. It's already 9:15. Last bench, is it audible clearly? Is it audible? Last bench students, is it audible? Should I increase the volume? Tell something. Is it audible now? Okay. So let's start with the session. You can quickly settle down soon. Don't check for any back bench. It is full. Come and sit in the front bench. Girls. So very good morning, everyone. Open your mouth. Okay. So I know, like in interview also same thing you guys will do. Go sit. If somebody is talking, no response. So don't build that habit. If somebody is wishing, wish them back. Okay. And most importantly, one question is, everyone are from November, December batch, right? Is there anyone who is from Jan batch? No. Okay, because there is a confusion in student that they are going and sitting in the 4th floor classroom. Okay, you can check your Slack group. Python class will be in the 5th floor, this classroom. Okay, so daily 9 o'clock, sharp 9 o'clock class will start. You can get inside. Come here, sit. Get inside soon. Come and sit in the first bench. Jan batch students, please go to the first floor, A1 classroom. Jan batch students, not November and December. Jan batch students, go to the 4th floor, sorry. A1 classroom. Fine. Let's start with the session. Okay. So still if you are in the confusion, already it's half an hour gone. So let's start with the session. I just keep quiet. Keep quiet. Let's start with the session. And I hope you guys know that you are here to learn Python language, right? So can you tell me why you want to learn Python? Not mass answer I want, single response. So why you guys have decided to take, you know that there is MCP1, MCP2, right? So MCP2 is all about like testing also you'll be learning. In MCP1, one more programming language, that is Python programming language you'll be learning. So what made you to decide to choose this language? Then why you're learning Java? Python is easy compared to Java. Then why you are learning Java? Because it is in MCP1 you're learning. Okay, fine. So what about you? Why have you decided to learn Python? Most of the company use Python. Okay. So, I'm seeing you. You don't look that side. I'm asking the question with you only. Third person. You tell. I mean, why have you chosen Python? That's all. If anybody suggested you, or somewhere you heard like Python is the future, Python is like machine learning, data science, all these buzzwords. Have you heard this kind of words and you have chosen? Or some of your cousins or anyone told you to choose this language? I'm asking your decision. How did you decide? Tell me. One, two, three, four, five. Sixth bench. Sixth bench, third person. That person. No idea. Simply you have taken. Okay. You. Yeah. Why have you taken Python? You're doing like this, like this. So why have you taken Python? No idea about why have you seen after PUC, that is your intermediate, you have taken engineering. So why have you taken engineering? That also somebody told, so I took. So at least now you are engineering graduates. So I'm asking, why have you taken Python? So why no answer for this also? Tomorrow if something happens in your life, so I know, future, if you marry someone, so why did you marry this girl? No idea. This is what you will do. Fine. So for few of them, your parents should have suggested that see everywhere Python is like in news or everywhere in articles and all, they will mention the word called as Python. So Python is very famous language now. So of that, instead of testing, this might be one suggestion you would have got, or some of your friends, like your cousins or somebody else would have suggested you, like if you're from various branch of engineering also, that is from civil or electronics, electrical, whatever it is, mechanical. So if you choose Python, it will be easy for you to understand and learn. This would be one more suggestion you would have got, right? Yes or no? So, or you only would have decided, okay, my future, now the future is like metaverse, everything is coming into existence. So we have to go in that trend. So according to the market trend, we have to choose the language. This is what you have decided, and you have taken Python language, right? But for all of your, whatever the suggestions you got, everything is a right suggestion. Okay, because you know that now everywhere Python is booming, right? Everywhere when you take machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing, everywhere, one more attached languages, that is Python they are telling. They are not talking about Java. They are not talking about, what is that, C language or C++ language. When it comes to machine learning, okay, do you know Python to learn machine learning? If you want to learn artificial intelligence, the question they will ask is, do you know Python to learn artificial intelligence? If you want to work as a Python developer, again, there is one more to get into Python field, right? So why Python has gained so much of popularity is what we have to understand now. Last week, black shirt, please don't use your mobile. Okay. So, as you know, in the class, 2 hours of time you will be spending. So spend it perfectly, because that is the time you are giving for yourself. Okay. So engineering days are gone. November, you have joined here. November, December, Jan, Feb, March is going to end. Still, seriousness should be there. Fine. So I was talking about like why Python has gained so much of popularity. So can you tell me when Python got invented? Any idea? Yes, good, correct answer. It was invented before Java. That is the right answer. But a year? 1999? 1989, Python was released. Officially, it was released in 1990. Okay, that is before Java. But Java gained popularity in 90s. Okay, that is 93. It was released. And from 1990 still now, it is having its popularity. But Python, it was invented in 1989. In 89, 90s and all, no one used Python, right? Did you heard about Python before? But now, after like 2015, 16, 17, 18, everywhere you see, it is all about Python. So what made Python to gain its popularity in these years? Okay, you should be having a knowledge about it. And one question that is, Python was invented in 1989, but still it gained popularity recently. That question is there in your mind. One more question is, why IT companies started hiring candidates from different branch of engineering, right? Because they are developing a software. Software is all about coding. Coding means it is computer science, a branch of engineering students they have to hire. But why they started hiring all different branches of students? They are giving opportunity for civil students, mechanical students, electronic students, electrical students. Why this is happened? And also, you know, medical students, MBBS, who have covered medical, they also can work in IT. Do you know this? They also have opportunity to work in IT. Mathematics, that is MSc Maths, who are masters in mathematics who have done, they also have chance to work in IT company. So why all these changes has happened in the IT industry? So this, as a student or as a future developers, you should be knowing. Okay. So 2 questions now you have in your mind. Why IT companies are hiring all the different branches of students, and also why in these decades Python has gained its popularity. So let me tell you one story for this. Okay. There are different reasons why Python gained popularity, but one story I will tell, which will be very realistic for you. So way back then, humans, you know, evolution of human came from monkeys, right? So that is what we have learned also. So when the human evolution started, people, that is humans, used to live under tree or some caves and all. Should have watched some movie like that, right? So we were not having any house or anything. We were taking the shelter under the tree or in the tree, or some caves and all. If it is having, we used to go there and we used to take the shelter. Then days passed. What happened? Humans started, okay, this is not enough, because whenever it is raining, I'll be wet. Whenever it is heat, I'm not able to resist the heat. Okay. So let me construct a small hut. People started, okay, taking the bamboo sticks, everything. Get inside. Python students, please get inside. So let us continue with the story. So what happened? They started constructing a hut, right? You would have seen like in old movies and all, you would have seen that small hut and all they have constructed, and they used to live in that hut. So later what happened? Again, need. Need is a mother of invention. You would have, if you have heard this term, I don't know. But people like humans are not at all satisfied with whatever they are having. So what they have done? Okay, this hut is not satisfied. So let us construct a small tiled house. Tiled house means what? Like as you can see now also in villages, a village or in the outskirts of Bangalore, if you go also, there are tiled houses. Okay. So they started living in tiled house. Still, people didn't satisfy with that. What they have done? They have started constructing or living in an apartment. Luxury apartment should be there. So view should be like beach view should be there. So right side it should be a sunset view. Left side it should be a sun rising view. So all this expectation came. So what they have done? Okay, they started collecting money and they have started living in apartments. After apartment, again, satisfaction is not there. They started, deserving for bungalows, right? So if I had one bungalow, it would be very nice. Car should come, a door should open nicely in bungalow. I should live some 50 acres. This side it should be like mango farm. This side it should be of some flower or farming should be there. So middle I should be live like this. This is the expectation. But all this expectation has passed. That is still in India. But what happened is now people are not willing to live in bungalow also. Their expectation has gone way forward, and they started thinking of something called as smart home. Have you heard about this term called as smart home or smart house? Okay. So let me give you one idea about that smart house. If you have a habit of scrolling Instagram or social media, you would have had some idea about smart house. Okay. In foreign and all, they have already started living in smart house, smart home. The smart house is something like, so your car. Okay, let us start from car now. So you will go sit in the car, luxury car, and you will just tell the destination. So from this is what I want to go. For example, let us take the example of I want to go from here to Mysore. So you will just give the destination and you will chill. The car only will drive and it will take to the destination. Just imagine, this is not, I am just tell him not to use mobile phone, please. Okay. So this is not joking. This is exist. In this world only people are using smart car, which is released by any mechanical systems are there here? Very good. It is released by one of the leading company, that is Tesla. That is which car? What car is that? Smart car. Okay, smart car. So this is what happens. And once the car is ready, the person will come inside. Okay, let us take that. Okay, okay. So smart car. One example I have given. That is smart car. Okay. So once the car has come, automatically seeing, okay, recognizing this is the car. Yeah, this is the house owner. So the gate has to open automatically. No one, no Gurkha or no one is there, or security guard to open that door. So the door has to open automatically. And once the person go inside the doorstep of his house, by recognizing his face, the door has to open. Okay. So civil branch students, constructing house, this should be like the gate should be this size, all those things. This will be taken care by who? Civil students. So smart car, I can tell it as mechanical students, and I can tell it as house. Okay. So related to house, civil students can take care of all this construction of house and all. So once the door is open, when you go walk, the lights has to switch on. That and all you would have seen in malls and all. Like automatically when you walk, lights will be on. If a person is there in that room, automatically the light will be off, right? And also according to his mood. Like for example, if he tells, so I want to just dance, put the disco lights. If he just speak like this, the lights has to change to some like pub kind of environment he has to get. Okay. So all this will be taken care by who? Electrical students, right? So all that light connections, everything. So I'll just tell it as electricity will be taken care by electrical students. Because the engineers, right? Electrical and what is it? Electrical engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering. Not enough royal mech, they are telling. Okay, fine. So coming to the next thing, once you go to your kitchen, or assume you go to kitchen, so you want to tell, okay, I want to make 1 cup of coffee, and I hope you know my sugar level, everything. So listening to that coffee machine. See, I'm not telling some story. All this is happening in other countries. If you want, you can go and check in the internet. So listening to his words, the coffee machine has to prepare a nice coffee to him. Okay, no one else will be there to, help him out. Only the machines, like what he wants, the machine will do. So some electronic device, right? Coffee is the electronic device. Or you can go with AC also. So when you go inside your house, automatically recognizing is the weather, temperature, and what temperature the person likes. So AC has to automatically switch on and it should start blowing the air. So this is happening. And who is taking care of that? Electronic devices. Electronics, students, right? So now, I hope this much example is enough. So all this smart house, whatever I'm talking about, okay? So people want to live in smart house now. Not only these items, whatever I have spoken, not only these items, everything they are trying to connect with internet. Because without internet, all this is not possible, right? If you open your MI mobile and you can operate your ACs, do you know that? If you have MI mobile, you can operate your ACs now. That is one initial step, that's it. Similarly, when you have your mobile sitting in your work area, you can operate whatever is there in your house, smart house. For example, you can check whatever is there in refrigerator in your mobile phone itself. So internet is important there, right? Connection means definitely internet is there. So what people thought is everything in this real world, whatever the human is using, everything should connect to the internet. There, one term called as IoT, that is Internet of Things, came into existence. I hope this word you know, right? So what is Internet of Things? That is what every device, they are trying to make it as a smart device. Okay, like iron box if you take, you can make it as smart. You tell it, okay, this is the cloth, whatever the cloth material, this is the material. So do the ironing, it will do. Okay, so when Internet of Things came into existence, the complete world has tried to change. Okay, so how it got changed, if you ask me? For example, here only if you take, Mechanical students is important for making something like a car or any vehicle to be a smart device, or house, whatever you are constructing, that has also should be a smart house. So civil branch students is important here to construct the house. Electricity, whatever bulbs or whatever related to electricity. So electronics and electrical students are important. So electronic devices, any electronic devices like refrigerator, iron box, whatever it is, smart TVs, everything. So electronic students are important. But all these are important only with the knowledge of coding. Because without coding, all this smartness will never come. Okay? If you want to add something, for example, AC only you take. Okay, you want to operate the AC using the mobile phone. So some chip to be coded and it has to be inserted in the AC, so that when you operate in your mobile, according to the instruction, there whatever coding you have done, it has to work based on that. Okay, it is not like some chu mantra you do and it will work. Okay, so coding is important in every device. If you take a car, that smart car, whichever I have told, already pre-coding has been done and a chip has been inserted inside that car. That is why it is tracking the GPS. According to the GPS, it is going and reaching that destination. So what happened? Students started learning a programming language, because coding is all about you have to know some programming language, right? So a mechanical student with some coding knowledge, if we have, then easily company will hire him. Why? Because now the evolution is going with the smart cities, smart house. Okay, city only they are making as smart cities. Okay, so civil student with some computer knowledge or some programming knowledge, if he have, easily company will hire him, because he is having the skill of mechanical, that is creating a car, as well as coding also. Civil branch student will be having a knowledge of constructing a house with some coding knowledge, so he can easily create one smart. Electrical students, already he will be having some prior knowledge of electricity, everything. So some coding knowledge if he put, then easily he can build some smart things. So here electronic students also same thing. Electrical knowledge plus some coding knowledge, you can build a smart things. Okay, so for this itself, companies has started hiring the students from different brands only if you know some knowledge of computer. Okay, so if you know some knowledge of computer programming languages. Okay, ma'am, everything is fine, but why Python? Why Python? There are so many languages, right? There is Java programming language, there is C programming language, after that C++ is there. So like this, so many languages are there. Why for computers programming language, we have to learn Python? If this is your question, then for this question, I'll be writing one code. By seeing that code only, you decide which programming language as the students from different branch of engineering you will choose to learn. Okay, are you getting my point? I'll be writing 3 codes now. By seeing that code, you guys should decide, as a student who don't have a single knowledge about any other programming language, why you want to choose or go with Python. Okay, so let me start writing the code now. As you know, C language, if you know, fine. Anyways, Java language, everyone knows. So I'll start writing the code in C first. Simple, like welcome to KodNest, printing welcome to KodNest. Okay. So what I will do here is, so computer science students, tell me how will I write the C code? So here I'll just write the code in C programming language. Don't talk. And here Java programming language. Don't write anything. I'll be giving time for you to copy. Okay. So here I'll be writing the code in Python. Okay. Python programming language. So coming to C programming language, see here, how will you start? Just for printing something like hello world or welcome to KodNest, something I want to print. So we'll start with #include stdio dot h and #include conio dot h. So as you know, if you know this, fine. If you don't know what I'm writing, no problem. Because I'm not here to teach you C or Java. Directly we are going with Python, okay? Just C and exam. So what you have to tell? You have to start with main method. Because as you know, C language is a procedural language or it is a function-oriented language. So I will just tell it as int main. And I want to print something. So I'll make use of print, yes. And I'll just tell it as hello world. And semicolon is must. If you didn't put semicolon, you will get the compilation error. And as you know, you have to return 0 and then close. Okay. So this is the code you will be writing for printing something in the screen. So let us talk about Java programming language now. So Java, anyways, you know that anything in Java, that Java is an object-oriented language. So it has to have the class and the object, right? So it is object-oriented language. So start with class. I'll just tell it as demo. And then public you have to write. Static you have to compulsorily write. Void, main method. And you have to pass one argument also to this main method, telling string of args. Okay. So inside this, again, if you want to print system dot out dot print or println, something like this you have to write. So hello world. Semicolon is compulsory, and without semicolon, it will not execute. That is a rule of the programming language. And closing of the main method, closing of the class. So the same thing if you want to write in Python. Okay. So no need of including any header files. No need of creating any class or object here. Directly you tell, I want to put something as hello world. So just tell print hello world. Even semicolon also is not compulsory. Okay. So if you see the code, compare 3 programming languages. So somebody told you, suggested you, okay, you are from different branch of engineering, fine. So start learning one programming language. Right? You will get very good opportunity in the IT companies. So will you choose C programming language or will you choose Java or Python? Whoever is choosing Java, well and good. That is not like, see, I'll tell you, that is not like a bad thing, okay? But I'll give you one example. You are very smart, so that you will learn Java. Already you know Java, that's why you choose Java. But what is the case is, some medical application somebody is creating. Think, medical application. Okay, as you know, like in Amazon and all, directly if you tell what is the problem, what if you have headache, directly doctor, without doctor suggestion, some robot will be there, it will suggest you the tablets, everything, and it will come and give it to your doorsteps. So some medical related application you have to build now. Okay. So when you build a medical related application, MBBS students, will you consider, or a doctor who is having very good experience will be considered. A doctor who is having very good experience will be considered to do to construct some device or develop some device which will give us the medical suggestions, right? Because whoever passed out like MBBS students, we can't consider them. So assume that the doctor who is having the experience is of like 45 to 50 years old. Are you understanding the reality? Okay. So if I call him, doctor, you should be having some knowledge of programming language also. Only then you can build or develop a software so that it will suggest some medicines to the patients. So he don't know anything about coding. At least you guys know something about coding. So you will tell, okay, Java. So he don't know anything about coding. If I take him here and if I tell him to learn C program and Java and Python, so you can easily understand the syntax compared to all the other languages. It is a very easiest and very precise syntax is having in the Python programming language. That is the reason what happened is when then to 2015 and this decade, whatever is having. So we are currently in 2023. So till there, people started choosing Python programming language. Okay, they went for C. It felt very difficult. Went with Java. It is also difficult. They started choosing Python. So when everyone started learning Python, Python slowly gained its popularity. Are you understanding? Okay. So this is the reason behind Python. That is why Python came into when it was invented, it was no more recognized as a language. But nowadays, why Python is chosen as the best programming language for the beginners is because of its ease of syntax. Okay, very concise syntax and very easy to learn programming language. Okay, so this is one whatever the understanding you have made till now. So I hope you have understood that why everyone have to learn Python, and also it's easy syntax made programmers or beginners to choose the Python programming language. Clear? So one more example I will be giving you. So now take down in your notebook, just copy this one note also I will be giving. If I give time to write something, in that gap also you guys want to check your mobile phone. Not for everyone. Not for everyone I'm telling. But please copy down this quickly. So here only we can understand, right? People want smart devices. So your mobile is a smart device. You can have a new notebook, or I don't know if you're writing in a new notebook or what, but you know that Python is of like you want like 40 classes to complete. Okay, still you will be learning so many things. So try to maintain a separate notes for this. Daily class notes will be given. Programming will be done. And we'll be learning a framework also, finally. Write it. You. Ah. After this, I'll be giving one note. And every day, 9 o'clock class will start. And this is the classroom. Okay, don't get confused as you got confused today. So class timing will be 9 to 11. Completed? Okay, write one note. Write one note. Compared to other programming languages, compare to other programming languages, compare to other programming languages like C and Java, like C and Java, Python, Python gained the popularity, gained the popularity, gained the popularity over these languages, over these languages, over these languages because of its precise syntax, its precise syntax, because of its precise syntax, precise syntax, or write it as small syntax, something like that. Okay, full stop. I'll just continue. Continue. Python code is very easy and understandable, very easy and understandable. Hence, I repeat, Python code is very easy and understandable. Hence, beginners started started choosing, beginners started choosing Python as a go-to language. Python as a go-to language or buffalo, whatever you want, you write. But write it. So Python as a go-to language. So we can go to that. We will tell, right, like Python as a go-to language to learn. And it is like notes is done. So when you are going to interview, like professionalism is important. So first they will see whether you have dressed up properly, because professionals, okay. So wearing a very good shirt, pant, and then wearing a slipper. So I hope you are understanding. And moreover, they will see what type of words you are using while speaking, whether it is like average or okay kind of or below average. Everything matters in interview, because somebody they want to work with them. They feel like they want to choose the person who is equal to them. I hope you are understanding. So maintain that habit, because I will be talking about interview most of the time, because that is the main thing you are here. Fine. So the next program, whatever I have told, let me just write a program for adding two numbers and printing it. Okay. So you have to tell me what the difference have you noticed compared to these two programming language and Java and Python. Okay. Now you have to tell me. So I want to take two numbers. So I'll just tell in C language. As you know, all this is compulsory. And you know, data type is important for declaring a variable. So if a data type is selected based on what? Data type of a variable is selected based on what? Type of the value, right? So I'll just tell it as A is equal to 10. Semicolon is important. So 10 is integer. So whatever the variable I'm using, that I'm telling it as int type variable. So next B variable I'll be creating. 20 is the value. So I'll be storing it in int type of data. I mean using int type int data type. So I'll just add A plus B and I'll store it in one variable called as sum. Okay. So when you add again integer you will get. So sum is the variable I have taken. Its type is int. So I want to print it. So I'll just tell it as print F, and here percentage D and ampersand sum. Okay. So all this, if you know, fine. Don't know, leave it. But this is the syntax for adding two numbers. Coming to Java, Java also is important. That is, when you declare a variable, you have to specify its data type, right? So I will tell A is equal to 10, int B is equal to 20, and int sum is equal to A plus B. Clear? And then I will just tell it as system dot out dot print or println. So next I will just print the sum value. Close the main method, close the class. This is the syntax. So when it comes to Python, here if you want to store a value in a variable, so tell, okay, 10 I want to store in what type of in which variable? A variable. But 20 I have to store in which variable? B variable. I want to add A and B. Okay, add A and B and store it in one variable called as sum. I want to print sum. Okay, print sum. It is like a simple English. You're talking like, okay, A, I want to store it in B, 10. I'm 20, I want to store it in B. A plus B I want to do. I want to store it in sum. I want to print sum. If you know general English, easily you can understand this language. Okay. So now tell me, fine, syntax, everything you have understood it. What difference have you noticed here? Data types means like, give me the complete answer. Anyone in the class stand up and tell me the correct answer for this. And you have to do that, right? So when you like next week, if some interview is scheduled, what will you do? You have to speak. Speak something. Huh? Huh? What is the what have you noticed here? Compared to these two code, what have you noticed here? How will you differentiate this? Okay. Okay. Very good. So what you have understood here is whenever you are creating a variable, see, understand, don't laugh. Okay. So because fluency is important, when you see somebody is speaking, if you grasp that, you can fluently talk. So listen here. So whenever you declare a variable, we have to specify its data type based on its value. Okay. But when it comes to Python, when you declare a variable, the developer don't want to specify the data type of the variable. Okay. So this type of languages has a separate name. One standard name is there for this kind of languages. Okay. Where the data type is not decided by the developer. It is decided by the interpreter of the programming language. Python will decide what is the data type of this variable. What is the data type of this variable? So Python will decide in this case. It is not like data type is only not there. Data type exists. Data type is there. But Python will decide the data type. That burden of deciding the data type is not given to the developer. Are you understanding? Okay. So this kind of languages are called as dynamically typed. Dynamically typed languages. Okay. Dynamically typed programming language. So one of the important interview question, that is Python is what type of language? So you can tell one difference is it is easy to learn, easy to understand. That difference you can tell. One more difference is it is dynamically typed language. And coming to these two languages, that is where data type of the variable has to be specified by the developers. Then this type of language is called as statically typed language. Statically typed programming language. Okay. So now you got to know that Python is a dynamically typed language. Even deciding the data type is not done by the programmer. Okay. So take down this as a second example. And some type of interview questions like what is the difference between statically and dynamically typed, they will ask. And in case, tell me some of the features of Python. You can add this point in that. Huh? This is only dynamically typed. Dynamically means, see here, till now, like full night, one story I have told. And finally they have asked, see, one more time. Dynamically means during compilation time, okay, the data type and the interpreter. Typed means related to data type. Okay, that is dynamically typed language. Here it is statically typed. Coming to that type, you have to understand, talking about data type, typed. Okay, stop doing fun. Enough. Copy down this. Internally, so many reasons are there, but a brief reason I have given. Really? What happened? It's okay. If it is not written, also fine. While writing, don't talk. Give on work only to your brain and your hand. Or don't do anything. It is waste simply copying in notebook. Copy it. How many of you are from December batch? Okay, take down the notes. One note you write, note. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Full stop and then continue. In Python, in Python, in Python, when the variable is created, when the variable is created in Python, when variable is created, the data type of that variable, the data type of that variable is decided by Python interpreter, is decided by the Python interpreter during execution of the program. During execution of the program. During execution of the program. Full stop. And then write developers will not have any chance to decide the data type of the variable. To decide the data type of the variable. Data type of the variable. Okay, fine. So let us proceed with the next concept. Now, I hope you guys got a very good clarity, like why Python we have chosen, and also whether it is a statically typed or dynamically typed language. Moving ahead, we have to learn more things in Python, and also we have to install Python to our system. We have to start executing the program. Okay. So before that, I want to ask one question. How many of you are from out of Karnataka, like other state? Andhra. Most of them are from Andhra or other states, right? So, for example, if I ask everyone, okay, just one question. Talk about this question now. You have to think about this question because everyone are engineering graduates. So, everyone have watched Bahubali movie? At least part 1 or directly part anything. If you have not watched, you can go and watch it. Okay? Or any movie in your lifetime. One movie have you watched? Okay. So if you're not watched, then you're not like Stone Age. You should go back to Stone Age. People started people started living in under caves, trees. So there you should start. From there you start, you will watch movie. Okay? So coming to the point, you only tell, think. If I ask the movie situations, for example, why Kattappa killed Bahubali. Okay, so don't laugh. I'm not asking the question for you. I'm just giving the question to ask that question yourself. Are you understanding? I know, I have watched the movie. I know the scenes, everything. I am giving one question so that you have to think. When I tell something, something is flashing in your mind. Yes? So Kattappa, okay, that guy, okay, that bald guy. And also, okay, Bahubali, he killed. Fine. Some scenes are coming to your brain. So why it is happening like that? Or any childhood memories you take. One, or not all the memories. Some memories will be fixed in your brain. Why? Why is like that? Dynamically typed. So just think. This is a question you have to think because you are a human being, not like other creatures in the planet. Only differentiation between animals and humans have capacity to think. If that also you are not doing, then how to differentiate? So why it is you're getting that thing in your mind is when you focus on that movie. If somebody calls you also, you were fully serious. Focus on that movie. Okay? Your eyes, nose, all the sensations is there, right? In human body, it is completely focused on one single thing. Don't laugh. I'm not joking here. Okay, simply laughing, what is there in that? And okay, so everything, it is focused as in a narrow direction. You are capable of remembering some things from situations. Are you understanding? Okay, so why I'm telling you this is, when you learn something, just try this. Once you try today, something you learn without any interruptions. Interruptions means your mind should not think something while when you're writing. You should not think some movie or, oh, that friend didn't text me. Okay, I texted her, she didn't reply. You should not think like that. The focus, at most focus should be on what you are writing. Okay, system you are writing. Okay, we have, when we are printing, the system has to be written. Dot out dot print ln. Okay, print. Okay, this is what we have to write. So just think on what you are doing and shut your mouth. That is very important, because whatever it is going here, it will go from here only. Okay, so shut your mouth and sit and do something for 5 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. Believe me, you will never forget that, because your brain is so intelligent, it can capture that perfect seconds. That is the power of human being, but you guys are not understanding that. Everyone are human being, right, in this planet, right? So no, yes, except that no, everyone are human being. I'm talking about only human community. Okay, so what you have to do is, see here, why that at mode focus, like one person can understand everything very quickly, one person are very lazy, one person are very good in coding, one person are doing daily hard work, every time writing, but still not able to code. Why? Because you're not doing it perfectly. Everyone can do it. Everyone have passed engineering and came and sitting here. Okay, so try that. When you learn something, constructed chaining, for example, every constructors are done. Encapsulation, constructed chaining. Okay, in class when you're sitting, you have understood something, like some, okay, here it is. But now if I ask, no one is ready to explain it properly. Okay, but some confusion, this or that, this programming language or that programming language. This confusion comes only when you study something. But this confusion will never come when you watch movie. Why? Because that is utmost focus, right? Only movie you are concentrating. That is the reason. Do that, the same focus, do it in learning something also. That is what I'm trying to tell. Because you can do it. That is why you are remembering some situations in the movies. Okay, so that is the only thing. When you go get inside the theater, full pin drop silence you will be having, right? Only that hero comes, you will cheer up, then sit and focus. When that hero cries, you will also start crying. Heroine cries, boys will start crying. Okay, so all this emotions also is coming out because of your concentration. Are you understanding? Your emotions are coming out because of that concentration. Okay, so concentrate, and only then you will understand everything. While writing, when you write something, it should be your first revision. Revise. Okay, this is dynamically typed. This is why it is told as dynamically typed. Once you learn, you should not revise. Like that, you should learn. Build this capacity, because if you are not smart enough, no one is going to identify you in this market. Okay, for 10 positions of positions in the company, 10,000 candidates will come. How they want to select? They will filter who is smart, who is focused, who can do the job very well. Smart workers is needed, not hard workers. Hard workers, time and all is gone. One work is given, full day if you sit and work, no output, no one wants you. Okay, are you understanding? So try that in any of the subjects. Not only I'm talking about Python, try that. Every humans is having their own capacity. So stop joking. Seriousness is important for all this. Laughing every time, like you have taken laughing gas, so it will not work out. Fine. So now One question I want to ask you, everyone. Programming is that. So can you tell me different styles of programming? Different style of programming. Style of programming or programming styles. Programming style in the sense, like here you have seen C language, right? So C language is something like you can, you have to use functions. You're not going to create any objects or anything in C language. Class, object, this concept is not there. But when it comes to Java, it is object-oriented style of coding you are doing. Okay. So let me just come to that point now. I hope you have copied this. Fine. So when it comes to programming styles, there are three different style of programming styles. Means whatever the code you are writing, you can write it in three different ways. Okay. One is whatever just now you have seen, that is object-oriented style. In object-oriented programming or in object-oriented language, you will be creating class, you will be creating objects, and it will be continued like that. Okay, all the logics will be put inside the class, and it is having its own syntax to follow in object-oriented language. For example, can you tell me example for object-oriented language? Java. So Java is an object-oriented language. C++ is an object-oriented language. Okay. So one more style of coding, that is just now we have seen function-oriented or procedural-oriented styling of coding. So I can just tell it as procedural language. Okay, this is one more type of language. I mean, you can write the code in procedural style also, where you will be having only functions. Okay. In C, whatever the C code I have written, I have not created any class. I have not created any object. Directly, I have created one main function. And inside that, I have written the code. Right? So, what you have understood with procedural oriented language, that is, code will be inside only functions. Okay? So, our coding style is dependent on only functions. So can you give me one example for procedural oriented or procedural language? C language. Very good. So next, one more style of coding is script. Okay. Scripting language. Scripting language. So what type of style it is, if you ask me? Here, one instruction by instruction code has to execute. Okay, one line you are writing, that code has to execute. Next line you are writing, that code has to execute. Next line, code has to execute. So it is something like we don't have any object or class in scripting. We don't have any function we will be creating in scripting. It's the style of coding where only one code you will write, and that code has to execute and give you the output. One code, output. One code, output. This style of writing the code is only called as scripting language. So one of the best example for scripting language is Perl language. Perl. Have you heard about Perl language? Okay. So there are 700 plus programming language available in the industry. Okay. 700 plus. You know only Java, C, C++, Python, all this. 700 plus languages are there. This is also one kind of programming language, which is to code only as a scripting style. So now the question is, we are not here to learn Perl. We are not here to learn C or C++ or Java. We are here to learn Python. So Python falls under which category of programming languages? Either it is scripting or procedural, or it is an object-oriented style of programming. If this is the question, you have to understand Python. Using Python, you can write the code. In a scripting style also, using Python, you can write the code. In procedural style also, using Python, you can write the code. In object-oriented style also. Okay? So, in interviews, they ask, Python is what type of language? Okay, or it falls under what category of the language? What style Python follows for coding? Some kind of questions, if they ask like this, you should tell. So Python can be coded as a scripting style. Python can be coded in a procedural style, or Python can be coded in an object-oriented style also. Okay. So for all this, I'll be giving one example. Just, I know, like scripting anyways, you will understand one line code it is. But procedural and object orientation style of coding in Python, still you don't have idea. But I'll execute and show it to you. Just see and enjoy it. But you should understand that Python can be written in all the different types of language styles. Okay. So just to copy down this one. Don't copy this heading. This is I'm writing for next discussion. Only copy down this. Okay. So write one small note after the diagram. Write one small note. Python can be coded. Python can be coded. Python can be coded in different styles of languages. In different styles of languages. That is scripting style, procedural style, and object-oriented style. Object-oriented style. So I'll be giving you three examples for all these styles, okay? So only scripting style you will understand as of now because it is just one line. Rest two code you will not understand, but I'll just write that code, okay? Just for printing, welcome to Python. That's all, like that, okay? So scripting style, as I told, you will be having only one line of code and one line should be executed, compiled and it should be executed, okay? So I'll just tell it as And for example, I'll just tell it as, okay, welcome to Python. This is scripting style of writing Python code. Okay, one line, just print, welcome to Python. So when it comes to function or function oriented or procedural oriented, how Python can be written as a function oriented language is what you will be seeing now. So first, you should be using one keyword called as def. Still you don't know, don't worry, just see and enjoy. So I'll just tell it as fun. One function I'll be creating like this. Okay. So I hope this meaning you know. Leave about this def. What is this? One method or function, because you have that parenthesis. Okay. So, and you have to put colon. This is how you have to code Python as a procedural. So, and also if something has to come inside this function, you have to leave one tab space. It is something like, see in Java, public void display or fun method if you create. You'll be having that flower bracket to represent the body of that function. Similarly, in Python, we don't have any curly brackets or anything to represent the body of the function. We have to make use of the tab space. One space we have to leave. Okay. So I'll come inside the function, and inside the function, I will just tell it as print welcome to Python. Okay. Semicolon is not required. And I want to call this function. I will come outside the function. See, this is inside. And I'll come outside the function. I will call the function. Okay. So this is how you can just write the code or Python code in a procedural style. Okay. So next, coming to object oriented style. In object orientation, what is important? Class, object, all these are important. So I'll create class. In Java, which keyword you will use to create a class? Class keyword. Here also class keyword. Okay. Class name you have to give. Give the class name as demo. And as we know that we have to put colon here. Okay. And inside, why this colon is? It is telling like, okay, this is the end. Next, it is the body, it will start. Okay. That class body, it will start. In Java, you will use, curly braces. But here you have to make use of a tab space. Inside this tab, I'll be creating one function like this. Def fun. And we have to tell self why everything I'll tell you. Okay. But just see, this is how you have to write. So now inside the function, I will come one tab space and then print welcome to Python. Okay, sorry, no need of semi. If you put semicolon also no problem, but no need. Okay, come out of the function and come out of the class. Now you have to create the object of the class, because you know object orientation means class will be there. For that class, you have to create the object. So here, no need to create the object using new keyword and all. Directly you can tell, okay, I want to create the object of demo class. Okay. One reference variable we have to give, right? Like you will tell new demo of is equal to some A or some demo you will tell. So here I'll just tell it as D. Ma'am, type, no need, because you know that Python is a dynamically typed language. No need to tell demo D is equal to demo. Okay. So D, and I will call this function. So D dot fun. Okay. Same code, that is printing welcome to Python, we have written in different style now. Okay, this is a scripting style. This way also you can write. This way also you can write. And as a class and object when you create, that also you can write. In depth about all this we'll be learning in the future classes. But I hope the example is clear to everyone. Okay, just have a note of everything. And while writing also leave that indentation, tab space you leave, because that is very important in Python. That space, whatever I have written, indentation. While writing in the book, from now onwards, make a practice that proper indentation you are giving for the code. Everyone have your laptop? Because I'll be teaching you installation today itself. Second, projector is on. How many of you don't have laptop? I mean, not in class, don't have itself. Huh? Class. Everyone have laptop? After writing, be ready with your laptop and connect with internet. Be ready with your laptop. So I'll be giving you the instructions. You should follow the instruction and you have to install Python in your system. If Python is already installed, fine. Execute that program. If you know how to execute the program, go ahead with executing these 3 styles of programming. If this is a new thing to you, follow the instruction. Go to command prompt, everyone. Go to command prompt. So I hope you guys know how to open command prompt. CMD. I'll just increase the size. Okay. In the command prompt, size is enough or should I increase the font? Command prompt size is fine or should I increase? Okay. Just type Python. Just type Python, Python, and press enter and check whether Python is there in your system or not. If you get this kind of message, it means Python is not installed in your system. Okay, see, Python is not recognized as an internal or external command. So all Python is not there in my system. So that is why it is giving like that. Okay. So now how to install Python? Go to Google and tell it as download Python. If you don't have laptop, at least write the steps. Tomorrow everyone have to install and come to class. So just go to Google and type download Python. Okay, press enter and go to this first link, that is python.org.com. Go to this first link, everyone. So for online students, I'll just paste the link in the chat. You can make use of that. So click on the first link, that is download Python. So this is the URL. So I'll just paste that in the chat box for the online students. So you can directly click on this link. Very easy steps to install Python. So everyone, please go to this website. And directly click on this download Python 3.11.2. And more about Python, if you want, you can scroll and you can just see which are the release is there and all the relative installations are there here. So this is for Windows. If you are using Macintosh, then scroll down, there the appropriate versions are there, you can download it. Okay, this is for Windows. Download the file. Click on download, this one. So it is downloading here. How will you install the exe file? If an exe executable file is there, how will you install that software? Software developers. Exe file is there. Already exe file is there. How will you install that software? Huh? Extract. That is not zip file. That is exe file. Just a double click on that, it will start installing. Okay. So here you can see I have, see what is there to laugh. You're laughing on yourself. That's all. You don't know the answer, you started laughing. Okay. So now see here. Just click on that, double click on that, whatever the downloaded file is that, double click. It will take you to this particular window. Click on run. So from here, I hope you can directly do the things. So click on run. And very important step is here. Very important step. Last checkbox is there right here. Add Python exe to path. You have to click here. Okay. So once immediately when you click on this add Python to the path, automatically the path in the environment variables, it will be set. Okay, path in the environment variables will be set. So you have to click on this. right. One checkbox it is. So I hope you know that this is a checkbox. So just click on that. Okay. Once after clicking that, you have to click on install now. That's all. Python will be installed. Install now. But don't forget to click on this checkbox. Both the checkbox should be selected. Okay, right mark should be there and click on install now. And as you know, we have to tell yes. Installation will start and your Python will be installed in your system. The setup is in progress. Once it is installed, it will tell successful. So it is installing. I don't want anyone to come to me telling that Python is not installed. This is very simple step, not like your Eclipse, JDK setup and all you have to do. Directly download and you start using. Once it is done, you can again go to command prompt, type Python and check whether it is able to recognize or not. Okay. See here, setup was successful. That's all. Python got installed in your system. Okay, installation procedure also is very easy. So everyone got till here like successful. Setup was successful. Close it. And go to command prompt. So I'll just restart the command prompt. Once again, I'll open. So now what I will do, I'll just tell Python and press enter. So it is working now. And you can see a cursor is blinking. Just if this is done, it means you have started using Python in a script way. Scripting style of coding, you can start writing from here itself. Okay. If it is done, just type print welcome to Python and press enter. So once you get this, I repeat, once you get this, it means Python has started to code in the scripting style. Directly you can write one line, press enter, it will be added, it will give you the output. Okay. See now, I'll just tell it as print. And here I'll just tell it as welcome to Python. Okay. So one line code I have written. And when I press enter, see, it will be executed. It is not like you want to write a code in a one notepad or something. You save it, then everything. Once complete code is done, it will compile and execute. No, one line execute. This is only scripting style. Okay. For example, if I tell 100 plus 200 and press enter, see, it is giving me, it is executing this line, giving the output. Getting? This is only scripting style. So try this, everyone. I'll be giving 1 minute time. So you can show off if somebody is asking you to calculate something, like small kids, not the younger one. Elder people. So if they're asking for any calculation, directly open Python interpreter. And when scripting way you open, do the calculation, it will give you the output. Okay. Whatever calculation you want, you can do it. So for example, 10 minus 2, enter, 8. One line, execute. Done. How many of you are doing this? Are simply sitting and watching? Like if you don't have laptop in today's class, at least after the class, try this, okay? Shall I proceed? Is it done? I'll show you how to open Python idle also. Idle. Okay, that IDE, like you how to write Python code. So once Python is installed, if you go to search and tell idle, see IDLE, idle. Why it is not coming? Okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay. So this will even after connecting LAN and ID. First, open the idle. See here, I hope now it is visible. So just to type idle. So here you will get this idle. Okay. Click on that. So that one platform will open where you can code Python in that. So I'll just double click on that. Just double click. Then the idle will be opened. I'll just show you that. Then you can just practice that. Okay. Practice in that particular idle. Fine. There is some problem in internet. It is connected, but still it is not working. Okay, you can see this. This is the idle. Okay, once if you open this, see here, you have to practice from tomorrow's class. I am not going to teach you this. This is idle. Directly you double click on the search idle from your search box. Double click on this. This is the platform. Okay. So here just press Control N. Okay. Or you can go to file and click on new file, or you can tell it as Control N. Okay. See here, one new file got opened. So here you can start typing the Python code. Understood? So this is installation I have taught you, and how to write, execute the code in the scripting style I have taught you. And also this is how you have to open the Python file. Okay. So these two things, that is object oriented style and procedural style, just try. Okay. Write the code, save it and run. So you can click on run here, it will be executed. Okay, just you have to do write the code, save and run. Okay, so try this. I'm telling try this. Next class, anyways, I will be teaching you. But I hope till here there is no confusion. So in today's class, we have learned about the Python is easy language. Python is dynamically typed language, and Python can be written in scripting, procedural and object oriented style. Installation of Python. Okay. All should be clear to everyone. Final, I'll hold the session for today. I'll be displaying the QR codes and then you can leave the session. Okay. If any doubts, I'll be there here in the class. You can come and ask me. I'll display the QR code. So you can just scan it. Online students, I'll be displaying the QR code link in the chat box. You can just use it.